Hey, oh, I don't know what happened. Hey guys, I don't know what happened. My voice just decided to do a thing. Queen of Sauce. Big. I'm reaching puberty? At one point in one of the videos, I can't remember what video I was doing, my voice cracked and I'm like, how did I do that? How did I do that? I do have high testosterone, so like, who knows? Yep, good food. Oh, well, I survived the month. Oh, I was right! Bats. Oh, sorry, I went too fast on that, guys. I'm sorry. Basically, he was like, "Hey, can I borrow your cave?" Uh huh. Something useful for both of us. Local species. Attract some local species. Is a mushroom a species?
Yes.
Ah. Attract mushrooms or fruit caves. I'm still not over that one Hannibal episode. Bats. I'm still not over that one Hannibal episode, the diabetics. Um. If you want to know, just look up, and I'm not putting any pictures of, look up Hannibal diabetic episode, the mushrooms, or Hannibal diabetics mushrooms, something like that. It shouldn't take any time at all. Thanks for letting me do this. Bow, 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 bow. Demetrius, you're useful for a few things, I guess. Thank you, Marlon. Michael. Where do I put this now? Wheat. Where's the wheat seeds? Oh, there it is. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. I didn't do that. I'm surprised you're not trying to fill it with forgeables. I'll look. Yeah, there's some. In the, whatever this chest is. The pink chest. I'll go to the lady. Or what are you doing today?
I don't know.
Do you want to go to the lady? Oh, I can get my backpack still. Backpack. And then the mines. I have no idea what I was thinking about. I know things. I know I died previously. I'm down a life. You know what? Sure. I didn't even read that properly. I just want to accept it's iron ores. What's his face wants you to collect iron ores. You're gonna go attempt to pufferfish. Okay. Have fun. I'm just gonna go. What about goat milk? It's your decision. I completely forgot about the backpack, so go ahead. I got so distracted by the quest that I just walked away from the backpack. Killa. There's only so much brain power in me. Oh, backpack. No, let me just go run to get the backpack quick. Okay, okay, so you're sure you don't want to get that stuff?
Yeah.
Let me just run to get the... I know you just said something about fishing.
I know yesterday I went to foraging.
Oh, you meant to go foraging.
Yeah.
Oops. So yeah, I know previously on, and all I was just talking about the Mandela effect, but I'm curious about, I'm moving on, I'm moving on. But what do you call it? I brought up Abraham Lincoln, Vampire Hunter, and all that. What do you call it? You. I find it fascinating about the whole, the interesting effect that Anne Rice has had on, I believe that is her name, that Anne Rice, the creator of Interview with the Vampire, and all the effect that she's had on vampires and all the way that vampires are written. Because, okay, if you haven't watched Interview with the Vampire, And one of like the big things, and then also the only thing that's ever done this right, that's ever been able to, in my opinion, in Minecraft, and all it has ever been able to do what Anne Rice was talking about when it came to doing it, and all properly is Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter. That's why I brought it back up. What do you call it? So, oh, that was so. Oh, that happened fast. Okay, let me try 45. Let me just write the elevator for iron. But basically, I got ideas to sleep on. But basically the whole thing, the reason why, if you wonder why there's so many like vampires that were on the wrong side of the Civil War, but never written, and by the wrong side as in the ones that were pro-slavery. I don't know what they're called, what their fan name was called, and what the pro-slavery people were called. I'm just gonna call the pro-slavery people, whichever side that was. They're always like, because there's always when it came to True Blood, it was True Blood, Vampire Diaries, Twilight, and I think there was more. I could be wrong, but those are the ones that come off the top of my head. And all those are the ones that I was like most, the fandoms I was most a part of, and all are most like aware of at the very least. Like I never finished Vampire Diaries. I got up to I think like 2 seasons. You finished them. But basically, there are characters there, characters that were meant to be like, oh yay, I root for, and what that were meant to be like, these are the good guys, and they had fought on the wrong side of the Civil War, and they were on the pro-slavery side, and that was not, and so that apparently, because I watched like a lot of videos on this, and a lot of people like talk about it as well, where a reason why they did that this was a popular thing to do, to have vampires written where they're on the side of the slavery of the pro-slavery side of the Civil War, is because Anne Rice wrote Interview with the Vampire, and then so with Interview with the Vampire, one of the main characters is Stott, and he's very like yeah, the whatever the pro slavery side. Yeah, that's great. That's perfect. And he supports that side. And so the what do you call it? The reason why he supports the side is because the slavery bad. Yes, remember this, slavery bad. And so he's pro-slavery because he's a bad guy in terms of he's like, oh, I can murder as many slaves as I want and drink their blood, and it's going to be fine because no one cares about a dead slave and a lot. So that's where his logic is in supporting the pro-slavery side and being like on their side of things, because he wants to be able to have access to fresh blood, and that without it coming like back to bite him. And which if I remember correctly, it did, because I remember people burning down his house. At some point. I've never got to watch the series. I've only ever watched the movie, so forgive me any inaccuracies in that sort of way. So she did it right in terms of like, yeah, we're not meant to root for Lestat, and they point out, okay, he supports the pro-slavery side because he has bad intentions and all that. So we see that, we establish that, but the thing is, everyone else who has written characters who have been on the pro-slavery side of the Civil War, they've never put that in. We're meant to be rooting for Jasper, for Bill, at least for some way. And with Twilight's Jasper, with Bill, with True Blood's Bill, Damon? Damon, and then the Vampire Diaries Damon, and we're meant to be rooting for them because they're the part of like the main characters. We're meant to see them as the good guys, and even though they were on the pro-slavery side of the Civil War, and it even was brought up in True Blood with Bill. Tara, one of the main female lead romance person, whatever you want to call her, it's her best friend, was like, "Did you have slaves?" Also, man, did you have slaves? And I gotta put out there, white man, and what do you call it? Did you have slaves? And they all look at her like she just asked him, "Do you worship Satan?" And all back in the day, and did you worship Satan? That kind of, it's one of those kind of things where, and then they look at her like she asked him like, "Do you touch kids?" And and like, yeah, we should. Yeah, we're like, and I'm just there, like, and like looking back on it, I never like really like thought, because when this season of this was in like the first, like the second or third episode. No, I don't think it was on the first episode of True Blood. I never questioned it because I was very young watching True Blood. I was still in primary school watching True Blood because I just went vampires and vampire fun. So I was in primary school when I watched it. Whatchamacallit? So I never like questioned things, but like looking at it, it's like, okay, so why are we meant to be spoiled? And I assuming Jasper is also he's like all sad that he was on the that side, but at the same time he never like got judged for it and all, not got questioned about it. Like, why were you on that side? What was the reason to be in? Huh?
I think it was the Confederates.
Confederates.
I think.
I don't want to like put false information in case I'm wrong. In case we're wrong, and I'm just gonna call them what do you call pro-slavery side and then not pro-slavery side. And then Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter did it correct in terms of doing like a vampire doing vampires are on the side of Civil War because the bad guys were on the pro-slavery side because again it was the what Anne Rice's logic was in terms of they want slavery to be around because they can kill whoever they want, any slave that they want, and it's not going to give them consequences because no one people die every day. No one keeps track of how many slaves there are, and so then they can kill whoever they want to kill, and it won't go back to them or become bad consequences for them. And all of that makes sense. And then so that's the thing is that people are taking that like the pro-slavery side of the Civil War vampire. Kayla thinks it's the Confederates. I don't know if that's right.
Put it on screen.
I'll put it on screen. I'll Google it. I'll put it on screen. But whichever the pro-slavery side, a lot of the time they're fighting on the pro-slavery side, and they don't get any consequences for like being on the pro-slavery side. When anyway, they could have just been on the good side. And well, that's the thing. It's they could have where it's like, okay, if it's relevant to their character and like they have so much, they're racked with guilt about it, or if they were a part of either they're racked with guilt about being on the pro slavery side, then that's one thing. But they're never racked with guilt about it. They never face any consequences about it, and there's also no reason in their backstory to be on the pro-slavery side. They could have just easily been on the good guy side, and all the against slavery side, the anti-slavery side, and all they could have just been on that side, and all from the beginning they could have just been on that side. And all, there's no part of their backstory that says, oh, they should be a part of the side because of that's the thing is they take what is the most popular bit of like the Anne Rice thing without putting like the why. And because obviously if they were like, yeah, they were on the pro-slavery side because they want to drink blood, or that they were racist. They're probably as racist vampires, who knows? And they were racist, or they wanted to kill people without it being a big deal, and all that. Yay, mining! Let's go level 6. What do you call it? If they were on that side too, because of the reasons why Anne Rice had put vampires on the pro-slavery side. Oh, it's I was supposed to be like it's Monday. Corn.
Gus's birthday.
Do I care about Gus? I don't care about friendship yet. That'll be later. That'll be future Carly's problem. Current Carly's just gonna continue in the mines. I need food. I need food for the mines. Let me take some berries. But yeah, so that's the thing is that they take they took what Anne Rice like popularized, I guess, but without putting the guilt, either a guilty conscience and all of being on the pro-slavery side, or the bad guyness of being on the pro-slavery side. Either way, they didn't like. There's no actual reason for that. Like logically, for characters we're meant to root for. Harvey wants a carp. You don't need a fish it, you just need to give it to him. Okay. Where there's no logical reason of putting the good guy on the bad guy side, on the pro-slavery side, and without like doing some kind of like actual writing about it. And which also brings up another thing. And I realized we haven't really like on the same like note of vampire, like bad guy vampires that want to like kill people and drink blood without like consequences of getting caught about it. We haven't had like this could be a good idea, and if you use this idea, credit me, credit me, and all any writers, movie makers, all that kind of thing, credit me, and all this is proof out there, and all credit me. Um, we haven't had an apartheid like version of like this kind of like vampire thing and all that, like with Abraham Lincoln vampire.
No vampires in Africa because we bless the rains.
Kayla's doing that's Thomas joke that's been around forever that there's no vampires in Africa because the rains were blessed on Africa. And I bless the rains on. I'm trying to remember who made Johnny Clegg.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember when he paused in 2019 if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Because that was when I was doing a teaching prac and we did like a little like the some of the teachers did what do you call it? Someone brought it up, and all one of the teachers like brought it up for at the assembly, and all like how like did like a little thing for him, and all I can't remember which teacher it was, or like some of the teachers did like a little thing for them because a lot of the teachers were like were a lot older than me, so they like I grew up on his music, but that's the thing, I grew up on his music. He's a big, if you don't know the non-South Africans and all, if you don't know, he's a big yeah, he's like a big deal for us. He's I don't even know what's a big like American Bruce Springsteen? Maybe he was a singer, wasn't he? Bruce Springsteen? The Born in the USA. I think it's that one where it's like the thing in the pocket and all the jeans, that like motif with the jeans and like a bandana in the pocket. He's like a big deal he's a big deal for us. I know he's a big deal. Let's just go with that. He was a big deal for us. Bless the what do you call it? Bless the rainstone in Africa and all that. I'll put up what the song is actually like called. But that's the thing is that no one's done like I've noticed no one's ever thought to do because a big thing is what that a big similarity with like if you look at with slavery and like apartheid was no one cared about like people of color dying and all they died and all, especially if it's a white person being like if the vampire is a white person and all it being like oh no they like came onto my property then it's like and so I killed them and all then they're like okay whatever the cops back then would have been like okay this sounds about right carry on and all so because obviously it was segregation, but taken to like kicked up to the nines and all. It was segregation kicked up to the nines, and if you look at that's a relatively us as a democracy and a lot has that's what we're labeled as, right? We're a democracy. I can't remember. Republic of Democratic Republic. No, yeah, Democratic Republic. Or I know we're a Republic of South Africa. I can't remember if we're like I know that's where we're RSA because of Republic. Yeah, Democratic Republic of the Congo. Doesn't really matter. Ultimately, democracy. We now can vote. We can vote who we want. We can vote for the party, and all. Because the way like South African voting works, and all, is you don't vote for a person. You vote for right. You vote for the party. Yes, so they do have representatives, but you vote for the party. Like you vote for DA, ANC, EFF, and then Nkota Sizwe, MK. It's been a while since we did voting, guys. I wonder what was the last voting? 2024.
Yeah.
And it was the last time they did like voting. And what's that? That was regional. National. That was national. I can't always hear you. You're far away, and I have headphones on. Oh no, she can't hear you. She's got what do you call it? AirPods in. Where's more of them? I like how I'm meant to be like getting iron. I'm having such a hard time finding iron, but I just keep killing dust sprites. The murder. Oh, finally! I got some. I keep getting like bits and pieces. For only now I've gotten like proper ore. But also sometimes the dust sprites I swear have given me iron before. But yeah, no one's done like a South African version of like the words where it's like the vampires and the apartheid and all the bad guy vampires and the apartheid and all that era. I feel like that would have been pretty good. But it's probably one of those things where there's gonna be some old either uncle or like Tani I know that's like that would be like oh I know because there's still people in fucking South Africa that are still like that I do not understand it and all that. I just don't get it. And I loved the kids that I did a teaching prac with very dearly, very dearly. But at the same time, I've never felt more old than around those kids because oh yay, okay, let me just go get this Clint thing over and done with before I forget. I've never felt so old and before being around those kids because I think it was the 2024 batch and all of that. It was the 24 grade fives. And all that. I was busy teaching them something. I think it might have been history. I don't see that it was on top. But one of the kids was like, ma'am, what was school like for you? And so I'm like, oh, it was like okay. And it was fine. It was, school. It's maybe our. So I'm like thinking she was asking about like the size of the school, maybe. And so I'm like, yeah, our school is actually like pretty big. And like we had a lot of. I was very lucky to be in like a very like well equipped school, blah blah blah. And all that was in like the city and all that. Technically, it depends on if you're asking about like high school or primary school. And they're like, no, ma'am. And then so she's like, no, ma'am. What about like apartheid? And I'm like. Yeah, we learned about apartheid and all that. Everyone kind of, we learned the same things you are and all that basically. And so she's like, no, no, ma'am. When you were like in school during apartheid, guys, guys, I was born in 2000. I was born 2000. Apartheid officially, like, the official, like, at least, start to the ending of apartheid. The official end of apartheid was 1994. And then there was still, like, stuff going on afterward. But the official, like, end date where everything was sorted out. But the, like, the logistics of it all was sorted out by 1994. So Kayla's not even that old. Kayla's 1996. And I'm just like...
Where's the dinosaur theme song?
What's the... And I'm just there like... I was like, no, I didn't go... I'm just there like, I'm 23. No? Yeah, I would have been 23 by then. I know I was 23. I wasn't 24 yet. I'm like, guys, I'm 23. And she's like... And she looks at me like she's doing the math on it. I'm like... You're a little too early. You're a little too late. I was a little too late for that. Because even like what do you call it? I think even the school started to slowly not loosen segregation. Wait, did Clint go past me already, and I missed it? Let me hit the trash quick. What time does he leave? 6. I'll wait until 7 just in case. But I was just so like. My best friend is Indian. I know, my best friend's Indian. A lot of my friends are like, oh, there you are.
I'm friends with one colored person of color.
Yeah, where I'm just so like, I'm like, no, like, majority of my school, I can't remember what I know we had a majority, at least for, well, primary school was like a healthy mix, like, it was a pretty, like, good mix of, like, different races. And all like a healthy enough mix, I guess. We were like, it's been so many years, guys. I can't remember like what all my classmates look like. But it was like a pretty good like mix of kids and all when it came to primary school. Are you far enough away? Yeah. And then in high school, I believe we were majority Indian. I think our high school was majority Indian, and then like. I don't know I'm not doing math on everyone else. But it was fun. And I loved my high school just because so many girls gave me sweetmeats. I love anyone. I think it's only the Hindu culture that does. No, yeah, it's only the Hindu. I don't know where I'm coming with it. What do you call it? Everyone, I love the Hindu culture very dearly for Diwali, solely for the sweetmeats. I love sweetmeats. And I love my best friend. And she's so sweet. And I'm trying to remember what year it was, but one of the years, she literally, she dropped off at my house. My house is out of the way. My house is the opposite of hers. She dropped off when I was still in high school, sweetmeats to my house. And so sweetmeats, I'll put up a picture of what they look like. They're not like literal meat. And all that, it's just what they call the little treats. So I love it so much, guys. I love them so much. And I'm now in white people land. I'm now in freaking white people land. Like, because the lost place that we lived in, and when we lived in Greytown, I don't care. I moved there from now. I moved there. I moved from there. So it's fine to name drop it now. What do you call it? They had the shop there sold sweetmeats like at the counter and in little gift boxes. So you have no idea. I bought like 3 boxes the one year. I just really, it was so good. It was so good. And even for pre-made stuff, not even like the homemade stuff is so good. And I still remember my mother, the loving woman, eating sweetmeats in front of me on video call. She literally, one of Dad's students gave him like sweetmeats, and being like, "Oh, for you and your wife," and because I think mom. This was when mom. I think after mom had popped in a few times, because sometimes mom would like when they were still doing the hybrid, what's it on and off. Sometimes she'd go to work when dad was at a certain one of the offices. He'd go to work. She'd go work with him and then work at that place. And I'll just steal his desk and then work there, do her work there. And so he's just like, "Oh, for you and your wife." And so mother eats it in front of me, and she eats the good stuff too. I can't remember a lot of the names. I just know it's all delicious to me. It's all delicious to me, guys. And I'm not normally into sweet stuff, but I love it's so good. And it's not even like extremely sweet. Some things are like very sweet, but like I love it with a cup of coffee. I'm like, I miss a gorimas. I want Kayla, tell someone to, you know people in the area. Tell them to bring gorimas. I want a gorimas in the area.
We should ask the guys at the shop our boxer.
Yeah, we'll ask the, what do you call it, some of the guys. It's for Diwali, and that's a Hindu event, religious event. And the only thing I don't like about Diwali is the what do you call it? Fireworks. Yeah, firecrackers. And so, but the thing I really liked about our primary school, I can't remember if our high school did it too, where like the girls were allowed to come in their saris, or like people were allowed to come in their traditional outfits. And I don't think our high school did it. Okay, so they were allowed to like wear their traditional outfits, and all the people who celebrate Diwali, or they were either allowed to take the day off as long as the school wrote ahead, their parents wrote ahead to the school to say, "Oh, they're celebrating Diwali," or they could come in their traditional outfits, and it was always so cool. But yeah, so I'm glad that at least we're making some progress in the mind, somewhat. When I'm not dying. But at least we're making money, and I got a backpack upgrade. That's all that matters in the world is backpack upgrade. But yeah, if you ever made like bad guy vampires during apartheid, not come on. What do you call it? Send me money. Credit me and send me money. But yeah, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the video. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying the topic. I'm hoping you guys are enjoying some kind of South African history, I guess, and vampire related history, I guess. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. Bye. Bye, guys. Bye. Bye.